Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television. A reminder of our top stories. A fire outbreak at Calabar Export Processing Zone leaves at least 10 people dead, several others injured. Lagos State deposes Baale Shangisha Yusuf Ogundare for allegedly faking his own kidnap. Sultan of Sokoto Syed Abubakar III says the unity of Nigeria is paramount, asks Nigerians to shun proponents of ethnic and religious violence. And Senegal suspends all sporting and cultural activities for July following Saturday's stadium stampede deaths. For more on our top stories and others, please visit our websites channelstv.com and youtube.com/channelsweb. Log on to m.channelstv.com to watch us on your mobile device or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from their respective stores. Having the Channels TV and Channels 24 app will give you access to news and updates. You'll also have access to the Eyewitness feature with which you can share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions to share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you then. The Lagos State government has deposed the Baale Shangisha Magodo chief Yusuf Ogundare for faking his abduction. The embattled community head was earlier suspended by the state governor Akinwumi Ambode for faking his own kidnap on July 5th along the Center for Management Development Road in Ikosi-Sherry local council development area of the state. Governor Ambode on Friday warned that the state government will not hesitate to prosecute anyone who runs foul of the law. Meanwhile, the deposed Baale and his brother are currently in custody pending their day in court. The Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence Syed Abubakar III, says Nigerians are free to live in any part of the country, irrespective of ethnic and religious affiliations. He was speaking on a wide range of national issues during the National Symposium of Leadership and General Assembly meeting of Dawa Coordination Council of Nigeria in Bauchi State. The Sultan explains that the unity of Nigeria is paramount and Nigerians should therefore avoid hate statements that could heat up the polity.
This is the 2017 General Assembly of the Dawa Coordination Council of Nigeria. The council is meeting to find a solution to the Almajiri system of education. However, it was also an opportunity for several Muslim leaders to bear their minds on national issues, including restructuring, national unity, and religious tolerance.
Nobody should force anybody to vacate wherever he is. If you want to live anywhere you want to live, live. You are free to live. So people in the south who are doing certain things about profiling northerners and Muslims and whatever should stop that. So there's just no need for that.
We must have a national rebirth. Wherever we have issues, we must come together, irrespective of who we are, by our religion, ethnicity, or whatever you want to call it.
We will always support unity that is built on justice. We will always prefer united Nigeria, where all people are granted the right to practice their religion. We therefore have no problem with profile restructuring.
On the controversy surrounding the education curriculum, former Minister of Education Malam Ibrahim Shekarau advises the aggrieved parties to approach the National Council on Education with their grievances.
It's not a matter of any debate on the street, on pages of newspapers, debating on the pages of newspapers or whatever. We would rather challenge the administrators of our educational system at the various levels. If we have any concern, whether from the Islamic constituency or the Christian constituency, we are unnecessarily beefing up sentiments where they do not exist.
Leaders here are of the view that Nigerians need better understanding of their differences and must learn to tolerate one another.
The Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence, read that story amidst calls for the restructuring of Nigeria For some quarters, the primate of the Anglican Communion and Bishop of Abuja Diocese, Most Reverend Nicholas Oko, is asking Nigerians to subject the issue to a proper examination to avoid shortchanging any part of the country. Speaking in Abuja shortly after the ordination of some new priests, Reverend Oko says Nigerians should be allowed to extensively discuss the issue of restructuring. The Bishop of Otokota Diocese of the Anglican Communion, however, dismisses calls for restructuring, saying it is not a major problem for Nigeria.
What is the scope of the restructuring? What are we talking about? Because some people are confusing it. They say they want the country to disintegrate. Is that the meaning of restructuring? Then some are saying they want proper physical federalism. What is the limit? So we want to engage our people. They should give us like at least 6 months or 1 year of intensive discussion at the federal, state, and local government levels.
Structure or restructure is not anything to do about. When the colonial people were here, are they member of any of our tribes? Didn't they left legacy for us? And some of these legacy we have destroyed. Those who are ruling, even during the military regime, 90% of those who rule during the military are civilians, are not soldiers. Who are in the local government? Who are in the civil service? Who are the commissioners? If you have one military governor, you have only MA and ADC. 3. The rest are civilians. But they heap all blame now on military regime. So don't let anybody befool you about restructure. They come about change. And when the thing is not working, some people are now advocating restructure.
The Kogi State Governor Gov Bello says he may not be opposed to restructuring of Nigeria, but warns that those who are behind it today do not have good intentions. Describing them as looters of the economy, he insisted their new position only confirms that they've lost out in the present political dispensation.
Let, as a people, be aware of those who are marketing it to us today. In other words, we must be very careful. We must shine our eyes and see in between the lines. Look into those that are marketing the word restructuring for us today in Nigeria. Many of them, very many of them, are men of yesterday who lived us, scattered our common patrimony, looted our resources openly and discreetly, and now want to balkanize us because their access to our lifeblood has been revoked. In other words, no more opportunity for them to continue to loot our common patrimony over the years. And as such, what they are resorting to is restructure Nigeria.
Staying with restructuring, hundreds of PDP loyalists today gathered at the Government House Ecumenical Center in Port Harcourt, River State capital, to celebrate the Supreme Court judgment. The ruling returned the leadership of the party to the Ahmed Merkafi Caretaker Committee in a unanimous judgment presented by Justice Rhodes Valver. For the Governor of River State and his supporters, the ruling signals the rebirth of the PDP.
The River State chapter of the People's Democratic Party observes a Thanksgiving service at the Ecumenical Center, Port Harcourt, to appreciate God after the Supreme Court judgment in favor of the Senator Ahmed McCarthy group. It was a time of worship. And congregational hymns. The sermon, titled "The Rewards of Divine Sonship," was preached.
A journey for a great thanksgiving. And that's a journey I would call the journey of faith opened. It opened here in River State, and it extended across the nation. It was a journey of an ideological community, which of course is understood in the context of a political party of men and women who have understanding of social organization and of leadership.
Jesus Christ.
After a period of intercessory prayers for the nation, the state, and peace and stability of the PDP, the governor of Rivers State, Mr. Nyesom Wike, gave a special address where he says faith in God gave the PDP victory in all its challenges.
If you don't have faith in God, then you have no hope in life. If you have faith in God, then you know you have hope in this world we're in. If there can be any gang up, conspiracy, just watch what has happened in this state since we came in on board. One conspiracy to the other, one gang up to the other. Has God not been there for us? It is not because of our strength.
The PDP in Rivers State appears set to consolidate on the victory at the Supreme Court, and the governor, Nyesom Wike, makes it clear that delivering the dividends of democracy to the people of Rivers State remains his priority.
More on party politics. Aspirants seeking to fly the flag of the All Progressives Congress in November's Anambra governorship elections have been tasked to avoid activities or speeches that will divide the party. The chairman of the Anambra State Governorship Election Planning and Strategy Committee for the party, Senator Jim Wobodo, made the appeal while speaking with party executives during a forum in Awka, Anambra State.
A series of activities as members of the women wing of the All Progressives Congress chant songs to welcome state executives of the party to the Southeast Stakeholders Meeting in Awka, the Anambra State capital. The meeting begins with emphasis on the forthcoming election in the state, where the national vice chairman emphasizes on unity if the party is to record any meaningful result in the election.
I want you to know that your supporters will always look up to you and to emulate your actions and speeches as you interact with party faithfuls. You must therefore shun extremism and campaign of calumny. We assure you of a very level playing ground.
It is the same big family, and if we start destruction of ourselves from within the family, then we cannot go to an outside world. We are lucky that today Abga is factionalized, and whether they accept it or not, that is the truth of the matter. ABC.
The chairman of the Election Planning and Strategy Committee explains the procedure for clinching the party's ticket.
This group has told us that none of them will go to court or work against the party if he loses. They will work for the candidate or the aspirant that wins the primaries. And finally, there will be transparent primaries.
While some of the aspirants sound upbeat about the party's chances at the polls.
And we thank them for the work done. In fact, this is the first time such a thing has happened. And during the screening, they were able to hear from us on all the pros and the cons that we might encounter or we are encountering.
All I need is transparent primaries so that everything will be very clear. And once it's clear, if I win, and I know that I win. If I don't, I will support whoever that wins.
The high point of the day is the handover of the Election Committee report with assurances that the party will adopt the recommendations for a credible primary election in the state.
When the news at 10 returns, Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project SERAP asked the federal government to drag former governors currently serving as senators and ministers to court for double emoluments. Please join us again.